Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. How's everybody doing today? It is November. We are in the 2-month run. Best time of the year. Time to get started for one, get your evaluation done, have a plan, take advantage of the big lesson sale, get it all now. I just talked to a fella yesterday, in fact, and he had just gotten back from, one of these, Florida golf schools. And if I assume everybody, well, maybe not everybody, so we shouldn't go there. If you have not been to one of these, this is basically how it goes. They send you out on this whole package deal, and it's usually involved around some kind of, great golf courses and destination and whatnot. And then they take a few moments of time throughout this, whatever it's set up as, and there's some instructor people and folks and a whole academy set up. And I asked him, I said, well, what'd you think? And definitely mixed bag. And I said, well, kind of like they were just trying to tweak some stuff, right? He said, yeah, more or less. And I said, yeah, and that's the problem. I said, if you got, 15, 10 even, but for sure, if you're in the 20, 30 range of angle of motion around the body, you can't tweak that. There's no way to tweak major angular disproportion to the way the club's built. So that just doesn't work. And, and we chatted for a few minutes. Yeah, it makes it. Well, the killer of it is this. Right now, for almost about same, maybe a little more, pretty close though, darn it, with this up to 40% off lesson sale, this guy spent $2,000 for the week, played a couple rounds of golf at a pretty golf course, and that part's great and all, and stay in Florida, but got nothing out of the education whatsoever, nothing out of the golf schooling, the academy, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, man, for less than that, you can get 20 full-on sessions with me over the course of a year right now. And by the time we get through that, you're not just going to be better. We're talking about 20, 30 strokes better possibly. I mean, I've done this for so long, and especially all my years at Golf Tech. And if y'all haven't looked up Golf Tech, please do it. www.golftech.com. And they're a little different now. I was there in the beginning. They're a little bit bigger and have changed some things, but the basic premise is still there. And the number one thing is you got to have the proper tools and feedback to magnify the learning experience. In fact, the two fellows that I listen to, every week I listen to a couple of top 50 Golf Digest instructors, and sure enough, they it's almost like we all teach in the same little circle. But they went through and they said some of the same things. They said, yeah, you may think you're doing this, but you're actually doing this. Go out and put your time in, and you're over here and you think you're over here, and it ain't the truth. Pretty much pointless. And so, make use of your time and make it quality, make it appropriate. So there's a combination of things we got going on right now. And it's important that you come up and get started now, because we don't want to wait till spring. That's too late. We need the time to get through and develop into these things. So number one, I partnered with www.thegolfpub.com, because they have the facility that I kind of will prefer for sure, but it's more important than just a preference. It's the sheer fact that it provides us with a distraction-free location, gets us away from elements when those exist, meaning we can do this all year round. There's no reason to stop your golf in the winter. In fact, that's the worst possible thing you can do, hands down. And so they have the facility. We partnered up. Boom, got that going. 4D Motion Golf helps us elevate the learning experience by understanding motion way better than just kind of, hey, turn a little more, whatever. On top of that, we got the proper tools for the development process with the feedback necessary. Again, these guys, over the past year, I've listened to them every weekend, and I don't know how many times they've said, you got to know what you're doing. So you got to get some feedback going one way or another, period, the end. and I can explain that in the lesson process. That's part of the process. It's all of you. I can give you the evaluation for free. Why? Because even if you have the information about what you need to do, you don't know how to go about doing it necessarily. And I know a lot of them try, and it doesn't work out so well. And I warn them, like, you can try, but I tell you right now, I wouldn't do it if I was you. I've been through this process with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players, and the feedback tool is the number one tool that I give to my players. Period. The end. It is. There's nothing more powerful than that. The secondary part of it is then understanding the appropriate process. I just had a player talking last week about this, where it took about a good 6 lessons into it before he started to realize, dang, I got to do it the way you're saying, otherwise it ain't gonna work. I said, well, I didn't say that like for no reason. And sometimes that's just how it goes, because some people just don't necessarily, get the whole picture right up, and that's okay. But there is a process and there are tools necessary to make this easier and quicker. Now, while long-term development doesn't happen overnight, at least it's not like 5 to 10 years. If you walk through the door tomorrow and you said, I want to do U.S. Open qualifying, I'd say, that's great, but where are you at? If you say you're 20, I'd say, okay. Well, I'll put it to you this way. We ain't got 8 hours a day, 5 days a week where I can stand there and be with you, making sure you're doing everything right. So we know that's a first limitation. Second, it's a big goal. Got to get you down to a 2 or better, or 1.4 now. So get it up. Let's do this. The good part is, if that player was willing to put in the proper time and effort, I know we can get there, because I've got the tools necessary and the experience behind this. And, it takes a ton of effort, to get to that kind of goal. That's a pretty big goal. Shoot, I ain't even gotten to that goal. I hadn't had time to do that in my lifetime. I did go back and watch one of my other videos. Pardon me. It was the story of P45. Back when I did have the time, I was getting a bunch of garbage lessons. And so I never developed into that level of player. Unfortunately, I got past all that and working in the dang real world. I didn't have time to go back and work on my game no more. So anyhow, but it takes a lot. Now, can we do it? Absolutely. We got the tools in place, and now's the time to get it started. Do you want to win a club championship? Do you want to win a city tournament? Get a college scholarship? A number of things. Well, there is a right way, and then there's a wrong way to go about doing all that. One. And then there's also the absolute necessities that exist, because you're going to find yourself at a point in time where maybe you earn high school golf spot, number 1 spot. Maybe you get college golf, but it's low level, mid level, high level, spot. But you, at some point along that rung, if you have deficiencies going on in your golf swing, you're going to get exposed real quick as soon as you reach a certain level. And at that point, you're going to sit there and you're starting to, dang, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to get out of this and get to where these players are at. And within 20 minutes, exactly, minimum, probably multiple things, unfortunately. If it's only one thing, I can tell you within 5 seconds what's going on. So why not make a plan to attack is the question I have for you. So all these different goals. We can take players from 30 handicaps to 0s, 30 to 5s, 30 to 10, whatever it might be, doesn't matter. But those are long-term developments, and it takes process and tools and feedback. And you got to do it the right way. That's a big key to it. So, and I've come across, I don't know, at least, 10 top, 50 Golf Digest instructors of the United States of America, whatever, big names, right? And while there's variances even with the things that they all believe and teach, I'll tell you this right now. It's where my whole evolution of a name came from. They all agree that there are some key thing, the kinematic sequence of the golf swing and the specific nature in which, within the realm of acceptability, the physics of how the club goes from here down here into there. Boom, 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 boom. Top down impact is undeniable. And so you can go flap your gums all about, different players and swings. And I agree, there are variances, there's no doubt, but there are way more things that the best players in the world do the exact same than that they do different. And even they learned it via these same trees that have existed now for a very long time. And it's amazing how these same teaching trees are the ones that continue to put out the top product, the top players over and over and over again. Makes you wonder, huh? So if you want to know, if you want to learn all this, if you want to get down to the details, here's the other thing. Don't go to Florida and spend $2,000, please. And also, there's no need to drive to Atlanta or fly to the coast of Georgia to get your information. We've got everything we need right here, right now. Why would you end up going those kinds of distances? I can understand in the past, maybe. I mean, sure. We're past that now. We've got the facility. We got the tools. We got everything we need. And you get a huge discount right now with the holiday sale. So hit me up if you want more information. Twitter at P45KDG. Gmail, P45KnuckleDownGolf@gmail.com. On Facebook, just look up P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Website, hopefully coming soon. It's basically ready, so hopefully it's going to launch. And just if you don't matter. If I can't get to it, obviously I will at 478-230-3324 right here in Central Georgia, Warner Robins. So that's it for today for this, folks. Have a great day. I know we got up. I'm hoping that after that, y'all finally put down your sticks and start working on your game because I'm ready to go. Nothing can be more exciting than hearing about your stories and figuring out your custom plan for how you're going to get better for 2025. Let's do this. Ryan Carpenter, P45 Knuckle Down Golf. I'm out.